Hello there, gamers and geeks, and welcome to another D&D session. I'm Anthony M, the DM, and I run games of Dungeons and Dragons on the Games and Geekery Discord server. And today we're on the 75th episode of the City of Gate 2.0 campaign. And would you guys like to introduce yourselves, please?
Ladies first, Gwen.
Okay, fair enough. Hello, I play Gwendolyn Darkmoon, Rogue, Fire, Australia, Delaware Rat.
You got some pretty impressive gear, don't you, Gwyn?
Some pretty gear?
Pretty impressive gear, what with the Moonblade and the Oath Bow and your eagle hat.
This street rat has become a rich rat.
Alright, cool.
And I will be Janrilla, the half-elf werebear. Guard, paladin, rogue.
And last but not least, we've got...
Hello, I'm Wilhelm, our wizard artificier.
What happened last time we played?
Last time we played, we decided we were going to head to Brench to deal with Fafnir, Steel Skull, the
Lich. Dracolich.
Steel Dragon, Dracolich. And so we mostly snuck quietly over a wall near the Great Hero's Castle, only for a floating arrow or something to raise an alarm, and then we fought a bunch of Cambion guards on our way into the castle, and then ran into a few QB on one of the floors that followed us down, wanting to harass us. So we made it to the Grand Hall, where the Great Heroes and their Dracolich and manipulating people. Yeah.
That kind of devolved into just words there rather than complete sentences, didn't it? But that's okay.
Sorry. Brain not braining.
But yeah, we got into the main hall, and Fafnir Steelskull was surrounded by the great heroes. Clearly, they were back under his control, though they maintained a defensive position while the Cambions and Incubi / Succubi were on the offense.
And the two Baelor.
And the two Baelor, yes. Can't forget the Baelor.
Nope. Big, ugly sons of guns. Anyway.
Yeah.
So we fought through the Baelor and some of the weaker guards, and then Janrilla brushed Fafnir and struck him a few times. Incredibly hard. And he went night-night. And the heroes snapped out of their
Yeah, they regained their control.
Yeah, they regained their senses, and the remaining fiend, QB and the Cambions either beat it on foot out the door,
Or flew.
or disappeared. Or
Yeah, they either disappeared into the ethereal or they plane shifted away. Yeah.
While we tried to figure out where Fafnir's phylactery was so that we could put him down for good this time.
Mm-hmm.
Found out he was actually carrying it where his heart should have been.
Yep. Inside him.
Dug it out.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of a weird looking thing. Like a tube, like a test tube or a miniature biotube of some sort with a really really small humanoid effigy inside it with tubes coming out with like wires coming out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we broke it anyway. As soon as we did, Fafnir ceased to be a problem for the moment, unless somebody rewrites the code of the game. But Jester popped out, grew to like full size, and gave us another cryptic Jester moment.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure his first words when it came out was, "If only if it were that easy in the real world," or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
And him basically explaining like, "Oh, this is what I look like in the real world." Kind of situation.
Because there's nothing they can see about that. Anyway, I can take the red pill or the red pill or the I apologize. After having seen us, deal with that or whatever, the heroes were like, "Hey, you know what? We're retiring. we're done.
Done with this shit.
We've had enough of this. We've had enough of this. This isn't fun anymore." And they took off all of their armor and weapons and stuff like that, left it in a big pile on the floor, and walked away.
Pretty much.
Are leaving us to go, but we don't want your town, Jesus.
We're done. You do it. But we don't want to. Tough.
Yeah, we don't want your town.
You won it fair and square. You're better at this than we are.
I half want to chase them down and be like, "Listen here, I'll train you how to be better heroes. We don't want your town. People know you. They don't know us."
That's where the outfits will get the idea.
But I figured that was better than chasing after them, throwing their shit back at them, and go, "Suck it up, buttercups."
Look, you are the great heroes. You need to be the great heroes. Yeah.
But that's where we left off. We were going to take a rest, and then we were going to because we were in charge of the town momentarily. We were going to go hunt the demons and their cultists and whatever. Nothing secure the town like chasing after the bad guys. Giving strength to the demon of the hunt.
Yes. Weren't you also introduced to Adorable?
We were introduced to it.
Yeah.
The great hero's treasury mimic.
Yes. The mimic that guards the door. What?
As a door. I said that spends most of its time as a door.
Yeah. That's right. Okay. So, yeah. So, long rested. Wake up feeling well rested. Is there anything in particular you want to do at the end of your long rest? Of course, the first one to be up, as usual, would be Gwyn, given that she is an elf.
I guess to sort the stuff that the great heroes kind of gave us.
Look through the stuff.
Yeah, to see who may want what.
You may want what? Okay. So Graham Goldheart had a flame-tongue longsword, plate armor of invulnerability, an arrow-catching shield, winged boots, gauntlet of ogre power, an amulet of health, and a golden crown of lordship, which is actually just a mundane golden crown, but yeah. And Alma Oakwood had a Holy Avenger longsword, as well as a regular short sword and a longbow. In fact, she had 2 short swords. She also had the Braces of Archery, Cloak of Elvenkind, the Holy Avenger, Elven Chain, and a Headband of Intellect. And Mormor Doom was a monk, so all he had in terms of weapons was a short sword and some darts. But he did have a Gem of Seeing, a Belt of Hill Giant Strength, a Cloak of Invisibility, Boots of Elvenkind, Amulet of Proof Against Detection and Location, and 6 Beads of Force. Anybody interested in...
I guess.
Go on.
No, you go.
I was just going to say, is anybody interested in any of that? Or would like an explanation of what any of that is?
I'm going to grab, not because I need to use it or anything, because I have my own, but I'm going to grab the Holy Avenger and hold on to it so that it doesn't fall into evil's hands.
Mm-hmm.
And when I find an appropriate or start a thing, whatever, when I find an appropriate person, I'm going to give it to them.
A worthy bearer. Yep.
Yeah. Because I just feel like that's what Chinrilla would do on.
Yeah. Makes perfect sense. Anything else?
I guess for me, the Boots of Elvenkind.
Cool.
And what is the bracer? The bracers of archery, are those do you have to equip to them? Attune.
Attune, yes.
Yep. The bracers are an attune item. Boots, thankfully, are not.
I'm pretty good when it comes to archery, so the Boots of Elvenkind.
Okay.
And I'm just
Sparrow. You're gonna grab the
That's a
sparrows.
very nice crown, though.
You're gonna take the crown. Okay. Wilhelm, any of it of interest to you?
No, none of it really sounded like it'd be anything that'd pique Wilhelm's interest. Wait, what are the... You said he had 3 beads of... What are the beads of?
6 beads of force.
Oh, what do those do? Wilhelm would know, I wouldn't.
Hold on.
Aren't those the ones that you throw and they create a bubble?
Essentially, yeah. Bead of force. The small black sphere measures 3/4 of an inch in diameter, weighs an ounce, and you can use an action to throw a bead up to 60 feet. The bead explodes on impact and is destroyed, but each creature within a 10-foot radius of where the bead landed must succeed on a DC 15 dexterity saving throw or take 5d4 force damage and a sphere of transparent force then encloses the area for 1 minute. Any creature that failed the save and is completely within the area is trapped inside this sphere. Creatures that succeed on the save or are partially within the area are pushed away from the center of the sphere until they are no longer inside it. Only breathable air can pass through the sphere's wall. No attack or other effect can. An enclosed creature can use its action to push against the sphere's wall, moving the sphere up to half the creature's walking speed. The sphere can be picked up, and its magic causes it to weigh only a pound, regardless of the weight of the creatures inside. So yeah, if you want to trap your enemy and then punt them as far as you can, throw a bead of force at them.
I've also seen it used if you needed to transport people over something when they didn't have the ability to fly.
And keep them safe. Yeah. Yeah.
Put your party in the thing. One person who can fly, but you didn't push the sphere over the hole.
So what do you think, Wilhelm?
Yeah, if nobody else wants those, Wilhelm will take them.
Alright. So you now have 6 beads of force.
Sweet.
Fun indeed. The rest of it you're just going to sell, or have Adorable keep hold of them, or...
Unless anybody else has a problem with it, I'm going to have Adorable stored until, once again, we find people to kind of take over the town that might need the items from them.
Take on the mantles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Adorable, can you come collect this stuff, please?
Do we know what else Adorable is storing, by the way?
Adorable. Go on.
No, and do we really need, like, honestly, Wilhelm, we've got plenty of good stuff, and if we really need to buy it, we can go find ways to make money.
I was mostly referring to if he had books.
Yeah, you know what? That might be a good idea. Hey, Adorable, can you go over here for a moment?
He's already come down the wall because you're... Yeah, they were asked to come down for the... to collect the... heroes' former items. But, yeah. They remain on the wall. So... it's where they like to be. But they're now at ground level instead of up in the rafters.
Adorable, do you have any books in storage?
Or spell scrolls, either is fine.
Adorable swings away from the wall, revealing an opening which those of you who are very those of you who are either very perceptive or skilled in Arcana or both might recognize that this is basically a portable hole that the door was covering up, and in the portable hole is a pile, or literally a pile, of gold, magic items, priceless works of art, books, scrolls, staffs, amulets, all kinds of shit.
Wilhelm is going to try and get some of these scrolls and books and see if any of them are spell books. Or
So
see if those scrolls are spell scrolls he can use.
You're gonna walk in?
He's gonna look at this thing. Talks, right? Is it safe for me to enter you? Like, if I step in here, am I gonna suffocate?
They gesture with a pseudopod for you to enter.
This might be a little bit safer, and he's gonna mage hand and just start mage handing everything out.
The pseudopod slaps the mage hand's wrist as it tries to bring something out.
Alright, guys, I suddenly have the feeling we might not be able to get anything out of this thing if we put it in there, so it's kind of useless.
Or perhaps Adorable insists on you going in there yourself.
Okay. Here's what we'll do. Solomon, hold these for me. He's going to hand Solomon his bag of holding and his portable hole, which is followed up like a nice little handkerchief.
Okay.
Hold these for me. Guys, if this thing eats me, I'm going to kill it. Just so you're aware. And he's going to step into it.
Mm-hmm. And nothing bad happens. You're allowed to walk among the treasure piles. The area inside is way bigger than you expected. It's like stepping into the Cave of Wonders. Or the Addams Family Vault.
Wilhelm's gonna just look at some of the spell scrolls and spell books to see if there's anything that intrigues him.
Okay. Are you looking for any particular spell?
He'd be looking for a few higher tier spells. He feels like he's pretty lackluster on like high tier stuff. He's kind of a one trick pony at this point, and that is shape change. Say hello to giant dragon. Die.
You find a scroll of Tarask.
Scroll of what? He's just looking at it. Would he understand what exactly this would do? They just won't summon a Tarask to where he's standing, right?
I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it does.
Using an action to read the scroll causes the Tarask to appear in an unoccupied space you can see within 1 mile of you. The Tarask disappears when it drops to 0 hit points and is hostile towards all creatures other than itself.
Would he know what level spell this was if he was to copy this down into his book?
It's not a spell.
Dang, this thing's useless. We probably shouldn't leave this in this guy though. This is a like not safe spell to just leave hanging out in the door. Yeah, but Wilhelm is taking that. He's just not going to leave a scroll of summon creature of mass destruction in a door's belly.
Why not? It's secure.
What if something happens to this thing?
What if something happens to you?
Then it'll be locked in a demiplane. The demiplane just goes boop out of existence. No one can access it.
By definition, though, a portable hold is also a demiplane. But anyway,
yeah, but people can enter it once it's gone. But I mean, yeah, that's fair. We can leave it here. This thing will just.
You also find a scroll of the comet.
What is that one? So many scrolls I don't know.
Oop. Why didn't that come up? Oh, because I did spell instead of item.
Freedom of the waves. What is that?
Okay, let's have a look. Partnered content. Okay. It's critical role stuff.
Oh, it's your critical role.
Scroll of the Comet.
Oh yeah, he is pocketing that one. Yeah, that one. Oof, that's gonna be a fun one. So scroll the comment. He's gonna just leave the terrace scroll there. It'll be safe within the door, hopefully.
You see a ring of 3 wishes.
That'd be an interesting one. But I think I use wish enough. I don't need a. Well, actually, that could be funny. So many interesting things.
And several spell books. I'm sorry, what?
He'll grab the ring. Nah, he'll leave the ring of 3 wishes. He doesn't really need it. But he is grabbing spellbooks. He's just. He'll like quick peek them and see if they're spells he doesn't have, and if they're not, then. Or if they're spells he doesn't have, then he's grabbing them.
There's, yeah. There appears to be a Necromancer spellbook, a Illusionist spellbook, a Restorationist spellbook, a yeah. Basically, there's a high-level spellbook for almost every kind of magic there is.
Why not grab a whole bunch?
Right.
Sure, he'll just grab one of each of them. Could be funny.
Could be funny.
Yeah, I'm not going to ask you to name all those spells right now because that's going to be way too many.
Yep. And well, actually, I can cheat. I was going to say I left my books in the other room, but yeah,
I'm just going to put high-level books from all 3 schools just to save time.
Wizards. Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. So. All right. Are Generilla and Gwendolyn looking for anything?
I would like to look for one specific book.
Which is?
That's it. Tome of Leadership and Influence.
Haha. Okay. Yes.
I need to find I need to find another of the intelligence counterparts for that at one point to boost the intelligence to 24.
Do you really need it to be 24?
No, not at all. Yeah, I just think it'd be fun.
Fair. I mean, there's a few semi-precious stones in there that look like they might be Ioun stones. One of them's probably the one to boost your intelligence.
But that's an attunement slot he doesn't have right now.
Haha.
When we'll be looking for, I guess, magical arrows.
Okay. Arrows of Slaying.
Or it could, I guess, could just be generic bonus magic arrows.
True. But it would actually make sense for there to be some arrows of demon slaying locked away in here. not intended to be used.
And
Yeah,
how many do I
stupid.
find?
Sorry?
And how many do I find?
Roll a d10.
Okay.
You find 3.
Okay.
That's unfortunate. But...
I have an artificer in the party, so
yeah. If he can figure out how to reverse engineer the magic and make more, that could be kind of cool.
and I guess also trying to find a Tome of Swiftness. I think that's the correct book.
The one that improves your dex. Sorry, what was...
The Tome of Quickness. I think that's the correct. The one that gives you more
quickness
dexterity.
Yeah, that's what I thought you meant. The one that gives you more dexterity. Yeah. Cool.
I could roll for it.
Yeah, make a perception check, see if you can find it. Nice! Yes. You find a couple of copies, one of which has already been read, but you also find an unread copy.
I will take both of them.
Okay. You know that the one that's been read won't be active again for up to 100 years, right?
Yeah, but my character's an elf.
Okay.
I have two duds, but one alive one. So that's gonna be fun when she turns 200.
Okay. Anybody else?
Can you guys think of anything else that would be useful against demons?
No, not really. I was about to jokingly say a book to increase my intelligence, but I don't need it. I don't know. I think we have everything we need. We have a blood-crazed paladin, and then we have arrows that do demon damage. I think that's everything we need.
Did you say blood-crazed paladin? I'm not blood-crazed.
Let me recorrect this. Fiend-crazed paladin, and arrows of demon slaying. I think we're okay.
Just because I'm dedicated to eradicating undead fiends does not make me crazy.
It makes you the only sane one.
Most sunshine.
Can't you see? He's the only sane one.
I don't me or an NPC in the background somewhere.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Okay, sorry, I thought it was an actual NPC.
No. Sorry.
How fast an NPC would get smacked for eavesdropping on all of us. What are you doing here? I didn't mean to smack. Dang, what a shame.
Okay.
Alright, so... City of Brench, and many...
As you're... Do you have to attune to any of your new items?
I'm not going to be able to finish my book in a day, so...
No.
Yeah, me as well.
I don't think anybody actually took any attunable items today.
As you are preparing to leave and head into the city, You hear some moaning coming from downstairs.
You gotta check that out.
Yeah, we probably should. Head to the door that leads to the dungeon.
Mm-hmm. As you open the door, the moaning gets louder, and realize that it's actually not terribly skillful singing.
Singing?
Mm-hmm.
Like chanting, singing, or something else?
I've been down here so long I've forgotten what food looks like. You know.
Oh, fun. Okay,
Right.
so, Phil, as we go down, as we start to enter into the dungeon area,
Mhm. Stinks.
before I cross the threshold off the stairs into the hallways, I am going to expend a use of my divine sense to see if there are any undead or fiends in the hallways. I know I'm not going to be able to tell I know I won't be able to tell in the cells because those are behind full cover, but in the hallways I would be able to tell.
As you approach each corner, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever's within 60 feet of me. That's not behind full cover.
You don't sense any fiends down there.
Okay.
Hey, do I hear somebody? Did you bring food? Are you the new guards? They all left yesterday.
Left
Waiting
yesterday?
for like
I'm going to go to the door that the voice is coming from,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to sniff it.
It's a human. Are you
Is there
Sorry.
a kind of peephole thing, or am I going to have to open the actual door?
You can open the shutter thing.
What do we see?
Well, there's a new face. Hello. Yeah, just a shabby, dirty man. As you can imagine, he's had to do most of his business in there. Are you gonna feed me?
First thing, well, while he's talking, I am going to presto the room.
Okay. Oh, that's a neat trick.
And him.
Well, thanks for that. Name's Greg.
And hold on. Sorry, guys. If anybody thinks that I'm overstepping here, please interrupt me now.
No, I was gonna say this kind of reminds me of the cannibal that was in Goblinopolis.
Are you saying that out loud?
No, I'm saying that in Elvish.
All right.
Okay. This is not. Is this the right character?
Is this what?
No, this is the wrong character sheet.
You got the wrong character.
Yeah, apparently I accidentally grabbed Craxian instead of...
Oops. It's probably because we were talking about him earlier.
No, I swear I didn't. I swear I had the right one, but
Fairies. Who
phone
knows?
cousin. Berries, indeed. Okay. But before any of us go any further talking to this man, I believe there's a spell I would like to cast.
You got any magic that can fill my belly?
Hold on. Anybody got a ration or anything? Like, I don't.
Yeah, I got a ration or two. Here you go, buddy. And he's gonna throw him a
Just
ration.
poke it through the. Great.
Yeah, just
Thank you. Thank you very much.
no problem.
So,
You got,
can I get a
how about Wilberforce? He's hungry too.
How about who?
Wilberforce. I know he's quiet these days, but
Shinrella, who's he talking about? Do you know if there's anybody else down here?
there's a skeleton in the corner of the room.
Oh my god.
Like not a skeleton monster, an actual skeletonized
person?
Yes.
Okay, so, can I get a charisma saving throw, please, Anthony?
6.
That is a fail. He will be compelled to tell the truth
Okay.
as I cast Zone of Truth.
Oh, that's weird. There's glowy lights around my feet. Did you do that?
So, who are you? Why are you down here, and how long have you been down here?
My name's Greg. I was arrested for
For what, Greg?
stuff. I was caught looking through a lady's window.
You were caught looking what?
Through a lady's window. You know, like you do when you're lonely and are too scared to actually talk to anyone.
Okay. How long have you been down here?
A little while. It's been more than a couple of weeks.
Have you learned your lesson?
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely. I'm going to be much more careful next time.
I believe the lesson you were supposed to learn is you shouldn't do that at all, and you should gain the confidence to talk to people.
Do you know any spells for that?
None that would last.
Oh. Well. Thanks anyway. Can you feed me now?
We just gave you some food.
Yeah, but that was like just a little bit.
He's probably still hungry. Hold on. Here you go, buddy. Here's another ration.
Oh, thank you. Thank you,
No
sir.
problem.
If you get out, are you going to cause more trouble?
No, I'm
Or are
no trouble.
Does this guy look like? Does he look in any way, shape, or form dangerous?
No, he looks kind of pathetic.
I know he's telling the truth. Is he remotely? With my insight, is he even remotely trying to do clever wordplay, or is he just a pathetic peeping Tom?
He's just a pathetic peeping Tom.
Okay. If he's been locked in here for several weeks, I feel like that's more than enough punishment, especially since they probably... did they do anything weird to you while they had you a prisoner?
That they made me recount my crimes. They made me tell them what they did. And what I did over and over and over again.
That has got to be amongst the weirdest punishments I've ever heard of, Generella.
It's not a punishment. It's... His crime is lust.
Mm-hmm.
They were using it to feed the lust demons.
Oh.
I mean...
Who's the clever boy then?
I'm just gonna start opening the door.
No.
Yeah, let him out, Gwen.
No. I'm evil. I'm perverted. I'm sick. You can't let me out there.
You're not evil. You're not...
I'm sorry.
You made some mistakes. You can learn from them. You're not necessarily evil.
But it's dangerous out there.
Okay, how about this? We're gonna let you out.
The lady doesn't bite.
We're gonna let you out of the cage, but you don't necessarily have to leave the castle yet.
Really?
That way you're not confined to this tiny little space.
Okay, so I'm free to walk about the castle, but I don't have to leave?
Yes.
Thank you. That's very gracious of you, sir. Madam, I'm sorry.
What are you apologizing for?
Not sure.
Only apologize if you have reason to apologize. You have done nothing to offend us in this interaction, so...
Fair enough. We're,
Have we seen the keys, or are we going to have to lockpick this thing, Anthony?
there's keys hanging up in full view of each door's little shutter. So the first thing
Every time
they
see it,
every time the prisoner, a prisoner gets to see their freedom every time, and or be unable to reach it,
oh, these people. All right, so we unlock the door and let the poor stool out.
Do you have any warmer clothes?
How many what clothes?
Warm clothes. Yes, please. Preferably.
Is he?
Sorry.
Is it cold here, or is he just wearing very, very little?
Both. Preferably something that you've worn recently, so that it's nice and warm. Please.
You're pushing your luck, bud. Gwen, take him up to the kitchen, get him some actual food. I will get him some clothes.
I
probably need a proper bath too.
We'll show you where that is. Are there servants here still, or are they all gone?
They're all gone. The castle's empty.
Okay. Well, we'll figure out where that is after you've had a bite to eat and whatever.
Most gracious, thank you.
Did you say ice cream?
Most gracious. Thank you.
Wilhelm, accompany Gwen, please.
Oh, no need for that. I'm quite harmless.
Generilla, you mentally hear a message in your head just asking if you're sure this guy's actually human, or if I should actually worry about smacking him upside the back of the head.
He smells human.
Does he
Look
look
human.
at you with your...
Divine sense.
So you also have your true sight, don't you?
Well, yeah, I do have my true sight, but that's not gonna. If he's some sort of something, it's not gonna.
If he's ridiculously high level enough that he can hide from true sight, he'd probably be able to hide from your divine sense as well, though. So you know.
Well, I was gonna say if he's some kind of like variant on vampire, he may look enough human that I wouldn't necessarily.
But right, but he'd ping as undead.
Under my thing. So yeah, does he ping as anything, or is he just a human?
If I recall correctly, your divine sense picks up celestials, undead, and fiends, right?
Right.
Yeah, he doesn't register as any of those.
Hold on. Well, he's not a celestial, he's not a fiend, and he's not an undead. But detect good and evil.
Yeah, okay, so how does...
I'm just waiting for Anthony to say he's evilly shit.
Well, the spell doesn't actually... Okay, so what it does is it lets you know if there are aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead.
I'm starting to...
He's not fae, but he's fae-touched.
So I get a faint feeling of fatum. Like either he's somebody who's been blessed or cursed by a powerful fae, or somebody who spent a little too much time in the Feywild.
Yeah. It's somebody who's been a little too influenced by the fae.
It all starts to make sense, you know.
Alright, well, if you're sure he's harmless, then yeah, I'll go up there with him and just keep an eye on him.
I'm more sending you up there for his protection, because if he gets too handsy with Gwen, she'll kill him.
Oh, no need for that.
Yeah.
I might go partially deaf in that moment, General. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll do my best to make sure my eyes are very well protected.
But yeah, did you happen to spend any time in the Feywild? Maybe anger an archfey or something?
I used to have an invisible friend. We'd go on adventures together in my sleep.
Okay. Well, it's left your friendship has left you marked just a little bit. So have fun with that.
Wilberforce marked me?
Whether they intended to or not, you spent enough time with them that they seem to have left a bit of energy around you, so...
Is that true, Wilberforce? I don't think he's talking to me anymore.
Well, I'm just gonna look at the skeleton and be like, dude, are you talking about the dead guy?
Of course not. That's a dead guy.
Okay, thank God. Oof, I was about to say this guy needs clinical help.
Yes. Go to the kitchen.
Yes. So the kitchenette is at the back of the castle. Not much there. Few bits and pieces.
Make sure this guy doesn't get any ideas, by the way. While we're walking upstairs, Wilhelm just has his laser rifle strung across his back, kind of with his arms draped over it, with his wings out a bit.
You're quite intimidating, aren't you, sir?
He's just going to say nothing. He's going to let Gwyn do all the talking.
Do ladies go for that sort of thing? Is your friend deaf?
No, he's just trying to, I guess, seem intimidating.
Well, it's
To
working.
be fair, you being locked in the basement is kind of suspicious.
Me being locked in a basement is suspicious? Why is that
We just
suspicious?
dealt with a lich dragon.
Because what?
We just dealt with a lich dragon.
Oh, the yeah, Fafnir Steelskull was quite intimidating, wasn't he? He would sometimes interrogate me personally. I don't know why.
About what?
He's good. Thank you, though.
I'm sorry, what?
About what kind of stuff?
Oh, he'd accuse me of all kinds of things and get me to confess. And then laugh at me and tell me I was weak-willed and jelly-spined for admitting to things I'd never done. But I was just so afraid.
What kind of stuff did you confess to, quote unquote?
He would try various things, like he would try accusing me of theft or murder or kidnapping or obscene acts.
Saying acts?
Like, I know I watch women, but I don't touch them. He accused me of far more than just touching them. He almost had me believing that I had done it and forgotten. But then he told me it was all a lie. A trick. And I was left even more confused.
Okay.
Can I have porridge? Please. I see that there are porridge oats. Can you make me some porridge?
I'll make some porridge.
Thank you. And he takes a seat at the dining room table and watches as you cook. In the meantime, what's Generilla doing?
Oh. Okay. I'm gonna head to. I'm hoping to make this easy. I'm gonna head to. I can't remember the thing's name.
Do you want to describe it?
Adorable.
You gotta go to Adorable. Okay.
And ask Adorable to get me a set of more clothes. Because I feel like Adorable just stores everything.
They point you to the stairs that lead up to the bedrooms.
Or at least knows where things are. Okay, thanks, Adorable. Wasn't sure. I am moving confidently, but I am also looking around and taking full advantage of the fact that I can see into the ethereal.
Make sure that there's no QB sneaking around.
Yep. Yep.
You don't see any.
That's fine, but I am currently by myself and taking absolutely no chances.
Makes sense.
So I'm gonna head. I'm gonna head to the. Don't imagine the monk's gonna have a lot of clothing. So I'm gonna head to what's his name's room and see if I can find a set of warm clothes.
Graham.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry,
That's fine.
my brain is absolutely horrible with names today.
No worries. You gave me enough clues with saying that you doubt the monk would have much in the way of clothes, so I knew it wasn't Mordor Doom. And you said he, so the only one left that isn't the monk and is also a he would be Graham.
Yeah.
So, unless you want to give the pervert, Alma Oakwood's clothes, I'm sure he'd appreciate it.
No, I'm not feeding into his psychosis. I mean, I really want to. I don't know how to do it, but I would like to try to help him overcome his issues. But I'm not a therapist.
Okay. So, small child, please use your imagination. Okay.
Those were response to what was that noise and your description of what Fafnir was doing to that poor man.
Yeah. Anyway. So.
Oh.
So. Yeah, back in the kitchen. The Greg the prisoner is watching with a smile on his face as Gwyn moves around the kitchen making porridge. What do you do, Wilhelm?
Wilhelm is just going to, God, I don't know. Do we think we should intimidate this guy any further? Because we get terrifyingly intimidating.
You kind of get the. I'm hoping you kind of get the impression from Genrilla that she kind of feels sorry for him.
You want to rehabilitate him, not make him even more insane, right?
Yeah, more terrified, yeah. I think that's what Genrilla's trying to hint at. Wilhelm just doesn't trust a guy locked in the basement of a lich, whose only excuse was, I was horny! That's really suspicious. Wilhelm is just going to sit at, like, another end of the table to give him some room so he has space to breathe and everything. and just tell Solomon mentally, just ask him to watch the guy from across the room while Solomon sits there, and he's gonna kind of just passively just scroll through a book like he's not paying any attention to the guy.
Meanwhile, what shape does Solomon take again?
Solomon is a tiny little owlin.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it kind of essentially would be what would look like a robotic owlin kid.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this mechanical owlin is just staring at Greg.
Mm-hmm.
After a while, Greg notices that the owl is staring at him. And says, "Oh, that's creepy."
He's studying you to draw you later. He's something of an artist. Is all he hears mentally.
You say that to Greg.
Yeah, telepathically. Yeah.
You're in my...
You.
I said I wouldn't traumatize him. To be fair, Wilhelm speaks telepathically to most people.
There's a voice in my head. Wilberforce, is that you? Have you come back to me?
Hey, Greg, so you spent time in the Feywild and had a imaginary friend? Is that correct?
I had a friend. They tell me he was imaginary, but he felt very real to me.
What did he look like?
Wilberforce? Oh,
Yeah.
he was about 4 foot tall, had a suit, and a tall hat, and a moustache.
Okay, are you from Brench?
I think so. Is that the town we're in? Brench?
Yes.
Then yes, I'm from Brench.
How old are you?
I'm not sure. I think I might be in my 30s, but sometimes I still feel like a teenager. Do you ever feel like that? Like you're not really sure how to grow up? And no one's ever
I'm
told
an
you?
elf, so
Sorry?
I was saying, like, I'm an elf, and
So you grew up hundreds of years ago already. Okay.
no, I'm still technically young for an elf.
Oh. Me too. I would be very young for an elf.
Yes, you would. You would probably still be in your knickers.
Oh, dear God.
My knickers. That's a good one.
Can I do a history check to remember if there was any kid that we used to babysit named Greg or Gregory?
That you used to babysit?
I just want. Remember when we saved those kids from the hags, and then like some of them went to the Feywild and never returned because
Right. Yeah. So you want to see if you can remember if one of the kids that you rescued from the night hags was called Greg. Okay.
yeah, like I know like some of them went to the Feywild and another went to Grandma's Academy, so
Yeah.
I just want to kind of cover my bases since wobbly timey-wimey stuff.
Yep. That's a good possibility. Yeah. 17.
That turns into 10, so unnatural 20.
Yeah, you're, now that you think of it, you do remember one of the lads that you rescued being called Greg. And even then, you would catch him watching Curie work as she was mixing potions and stuff like that.
When, like, how does it, like, oh, kind of face?
What is it? Is everything okay?
Do you ever remember being saved by a group of people from City of Gate?
No. No, that wasn't real. None of that was real. That was part of the dream.
So you don't remember a
No.
drow saving you?
That can't be you. That was in my dream. You're a dream. Oh, I get it. I'm still in the cell, aren't I? This is all another mind trick. You're all just illusions.
I don't have the magic.
Gwen is like
Yes.
giving like Wilhelm the like.
He stood up at this point and is getting quite heated.
I'd rather.
You can go away now. I don't believe this. This isn't real. He runs over. He goes to the corner of the room and squats down. Covers
Wait,
his.
so
Go.
what happened before he ran over there? I ran to the bathroom real quick.
Oh,
I thought it'd be okay to get back in. He was.
sorry. So
No, it's alright.
she remembered that she knew a young lad called Greg who was part of the group of children that they rescued from the night hag in City of Gate. When she realized this, she asked Greg if he remembered any of that, and then he started flipping out, saying, "No, that can't be real. It was part of my dream." And then he said, "Oh, I understand. I'm still in the cell. This is all a mind game. This is a trick. This is a trick, isn't it? You can get out of my head now. Stop taunting me, Fafnir." And that's when he slumps into the corner of the room and starts, leave me alone, I don't believe it anymore."
Wilhelm is going to set his gun down on the table and walk over and just gently put his hand on his shoulder
Ah!
and talk in like quiet, comforting tones. This isn't a dream. Fafnir is dead. You are safe now. My friend remembers you because when you were a little boy, she did help you. You're okay.
But that was a dream.
It was not a dream. I promise you, my friend would not lie. She's a good person.
She took us away from Mother.
Do you know
Mother took
how
care of
hags
all
get,
of us.
But do you know how hags get their children? Most of the time, they kill their parents and they take them, or they make a deal and they take them. That was not your original mother. She took care of you, but odds are she had very bad plans for you.
You're saying Mother stole us?
Yep.
And you were just stealing us back?
I was not there.
He's looking at Gwyn when
He's
says
looking
that.
at Gwen.
Yeah. You told us to save us.
Technically, yes.
Where are the others?
I don't know. What was the last thing you remember before coming to Brent?
We went through the door. We went through the door several times. But this time we couldn't get back. And we thought you would come save us. But you didn't. We waited. And none of you ever came. So we thought we must have dreamt you. It was so long that we must have imagined you. All of you.
Gwen, I guess, more or less looks at him and just like tries to, I guess, like cover her face because, like, yeah, she knew we should have done this a long time ago, but oh,
But what?
Gwen's feeling guilty because, like, she was there when it happened, when the door closed and it disappeared, and, like,
Yeah.
she's feeling guilty for not saving the kids.
Why didn't you come for us?
The door closed. Vecna came through the door and I'm trying
The bony
out of
man?
character. I'm trying to. Yeah. Do you know what happened to him?
We ran from the bony man. Some of us didn't get away. We thought that it was okay because soon you would come and save us. And then you'd save them too. Never came. Wilberforce found me. When I got separated from the others. He helped me figure out what was real and what was a dream. And then one day, I had a dream that didn't end. And Wilberforce was gone. And then a man caught me watching a lady at a window. And that's how I got here.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry we couldn't save you guys.
But
We just stuff kept happening and I was actually on the verge of tears at the moment.
what if you could, though? What if you could be there and save us? What would you do different? If you could.
When is going to insight that?
Yeah, you can walk in now, yeah. You'd probably overhear the tail end of that conversation.
In the moment you walk in, Wilhelm will just telepathically catch up on everything.
That works too. Info dump.
Gwen, careful. Watch your emotions.
Yeah, that's why I'm insighting this.
No, like in general, watch your emotions. Strong emotions of any kind can and will feed the energies of certain creatures.
Creatures?
When will I just start wiping the tears from her face and trying to, like, become unsad?
Oof. Neat trick.
Right, share the secret, please.
Uh-huh.
I assume what she means by that is she's going to adopt her professional
She's gonna put,
mindset.
She's gonna put her mask on.
Cold-blooded,
Yeah.
cold-blooded killer.
Go into customer service mode.
I know. I'm familiar with that mask. I know that mask all too well.
Wilhelm's going to look at Generilla and just, again, telepathically say, I thought you said they were being protected by some kind of, archfey.
Do you understand how the Fae work? Like,
A bit, yeah. Technically speaking, it's my home.
they're fickle creatures. Their protection, varies from day to day.
Well, whatever archfey was protecting him evidently buggered off once.
All things got out of hand.
Or, the fact that it was Vecna showing up in their domain, they focused in on that and kind of
Lost.
Unfortunately, the children fell through the cracks as they focused in on the bigger threat.
That's likely. Yep.
Because I know if I was an archfey and a near god shut up in my home, I'm gonna kind of forget about everything else but dealing with that. Alrighty then. General's going to hand Greg the clothes. Hopefully the porridge is done. Tell him where to find a place to sleep. And honestly suggest we leave him the hell alone for right now before he has a mental break.
Before?
As a further mental break.
Before his brain shatters into more pieces. Yes.
I don't know if it would work. If I knew for sure it would work, I would suggest we try casting a spell on him, but I don't know that he's actually had any magical effects that did it.
Yeah, it seems to be just trauma, doesn't it?
Yeah. So, it's not alter memory or anything or modify memory, so a greater restoration is not going to fix his brain.
No.
Mind and smart.
What did you say about smite? It's
hoping General meant harmless. Otherwise,
I said time and kindness might fix his.
Oh.
It sounded like you said smite, so I was like, is General saying we should off the kid.
No. Sorry.
That's
As I was starting to say that, my kids started running in.
indeed. Yeah, we heard them scream. You said smite, and then you.
So no,
And then we heard your child scream, and it was like, ah.
No, it's time and kindness. Might, as in
Yes.
kindness. His brain might start to put itself back together.
Yeah.
Which is why I was suggesting we let him eat, explain where to find a place to sleep, and then we leave him for the time being.
The other alternative would be to somehow
Time travel?
rescue the kids before they become traumatized.
Yeah. We don't.
Generella.
What, Gwen?
It's our fault.
Well, no.
You're the
There's no
all and that cannot lie.
I didn't free the kids from any hags. I showed up after you had them.
So what you're saying
Gwyn
is,
just
no,
eyeball.
correction, it's your fault, is what you're telling Gwyn. Am I right?
If you're why don't you take it all the way back to having gotten the kids? I wasn't involved. Now, if you're talking about the Vecna problem, that was me, I think.
It was.
Yeah, because I kind of remember using divine sense to determine that it was an undead.
Yes.
No, I think he kind of showed up in the shop and was like, "Hey, I'm Vecna. One of you guys had a part of my body. Where is it?" And you guys were like, "Archfey in the Feywild." And he was like, "All right, thanks, bye."
Yep.
And then you wished the door. You didn't wish the door away. You thought the door away.
Yeah, I either dispelled it or I thought it away or whatever.
Closed it behind him. Yep.
Because I didn't want him coming back through that way.
So you trapped him in there
like,
with the kids.
12 hours later, an inevitable showed up and asked Wilhelm, "Hey, man, I'm looking for Vecna. Know where he went?" And I was like, Feywild, man. That's all I know.
Yeah. So, all kinds of fun stuff in the Feywild. It's no wonder freaking the kids got.
Yep.
But as much as I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, let's find a way to go back in time and fix it. However, I would counter with, we are each and every one responsible for our own decisions. That includes the children's decision to spend so much time in the Feywild to begin with.
They didn't when they started going on day trips with Baggy's avatar. I don't think they expected they would never be able to come back. At some point, that there would come a day where they couldn't get back.
Then they don't understand that. Then I mean, we try. I remember trying desperately to explain to them how the Fae worked, because there was always the chance that they were either going to be captured by something, or eaten by something, or the magic of the door just fading on its own.
But they were kids, and their nanny reassured them everything was fine, so they sorry?
It's like, well, the innocence of youth.
Yeah.
Welcome to growing up. I don't want to be rude, but I don't want to try to figure out how to do this, because I know one way we could do it, and I don't want to do it.
What's the way you don't?
Say wish ring.
Oh, yeah, that's one way. Yeah.
What?
The wish ring would be one way. But what was the word that you were going to come up with?
Wishes or monkey paws when you're doing something like that. Oh, out of character, the one way I know we could do it.
Uh-huh.
Use Grandma's amulets.
Mm-hmm.
Open a door back to the shop when we know we're not there, before the door's closed, and be waiting in the Feywild to save the kids.
That would be a way to do it, yeah. Or you could try and figure out the time-bendy nature of the Feywild for yourselves.
Oh God, no! That's way too.
I have an idea.
If it's an Arcana check, I can do this.
It'd be incredibly dangerous.
I use my imagination.
Would that be an Arcana check, Anthony?
No. Well, Arcana check would let you know if you were aware that there is time displacement in the Feywild. It wouldn't tell you how to control it.
What would that be? I'm just curious now.
Trial and error. Experimentation.
What about a Mad Wild Guess from a Crazy Wizard? What roll do you have to make?
If it's a mad...
I don't mind testing it.
No. If metaphorically speaking, if we knew what roll to make, I could try and do it with the other 5 Wilhelms.
You want to rely purely on luck.
And the general knowledge Wilhelm has of the Feywild. That would be the essential guess. Is he would take the knowledge he knows of the Fey realm, being initially a Fey-bound creature himself, and just general pre-known research to know what knowledge he needs.
We're gonna owe a huge fucking favor to somebody.
I am curious to see what you'd roll. Go ahead and do an Arcana check with advantage to represent you getting help from your fellow Windhelms.
It's not okay. Okay, so we're metaphorically speaking. If he had the help from Wilhelms.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, yeah. First, hold on. Let me roll my portents then, because this would help too. Just for shits and gigs, I'll just roll mine. I'm not rolling all 18 portents. That's too much.
Yes, it is.
Listen.
Alright, they're terrible, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So essentially, with advantage, here's where it gets dumb. Flash of Genius is plus 36!
How is your Flash of Genius plus 36?
Because they can all flash.
Which will help.
Oh.
It's only a reaction. So, 76.
Okay.
Do I know how to control the Feywild magic?
Then yeah, you would be able to walk into the Feywild at any point in time you wish. In fact, you probably have enough knowledge of the Feywild and the control of it to create your own Fey realm. You could be a freaking Archfey if you wanted to be.
Yes, we can get them. Alright, so... we can do it.
Well, you and the Council of Wilhelms could be an Archfey. Multifaceted Archfey.
This is terrible. Well, I made Wilhelm for one purpose, to make sure all magic ever made sense. And it has worked greatly.
Yeah. Fucking 76. All right then.
Jesus.
So yeah,
Do we want to go convene with Wilhelms and jump to the Feywild real quick?
So basically, while you are communing with your Wilhelms, you would see the Feywild not as a physical place, but as a manifestation of imagination and willpower. of delusion and fantasy made real. Does that make sense? And because of that, partly because they're all you, your Wilhelms could manifest a realm of their own. Yeah, I can plane shift.
So essentially, if I'm understanding Anthony right, to get the general idea, we'd open a gateway, I guess, to that point in time in the Feywild.
Uh-huh. And then
Do the business, protect the kids, and then we'd have to get back. But we'd get back in our time.
to this point in time.
Yeah. Except the kid may be gone. The guy in front of us would have to be gone. I mean,
he would either be gone or he would be changed for the better, hopefully.
yes, we can do it. I mean, what all is it? We just got to beat Vecna and possibly an Archfey in the same day. Totally. Yep, sure.
Okay, so
So yeah, do you want to go to the Feywild and fight Vecna?
everybody on the ship.
Everybody on the ship.
It'll be a lot easier. Yeah, with the spaceship.
Oh yeah,
Our ship
your
is a Stargazer ship.
your your tentacle ship.
It can plane shift.
It can indeed. It can indeed.
Oh, so can like normal old Wilhelm. I can also plane shift in case we need.
Right.
But that uses up your spell.
That's true.
Whereas if we have one of your other Wilhelms piloting the ship,
Yep.
you're gonna be good for the fight.
Yeah. You've got a point.
This is terrifying. Let's do it.
Okay.
I assume my hybrid form.
You assume your hybrid form. Are you taking Greg with you, or are you leaving him behind?
We gotta leave him. We can't. This is gonna fuck up his mentality, guys.
Yeah, he's got to stay. It's gonna mess. If this doesn't, I don't want to see the time warp happen to him as we're standing there. And either that, or if he runs into himself, Lord only knows what could actually happen. Like,
Yeah.
ah,
Fair enough. Okay.
let's do it. Because
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, you all pile into the Nautilus. Have you got a name for your ship?
Nos Astra.
Nos Astra. Okay.
Yep. Latin for our glory.
Nice. Very cool. So yeah. You plug
I was
some...
sitting at work and I couldn't get the name out of my mind, so I was like, oh, that's the name of the ship now.
Nice. You plug some of the tendons within the ship and bamf into the Feywild.
where Wilhelm then does his whatever it is he does and gets us to the right time.
Yeah, it'd be like me and the other Wilhelms just convening in front of the chair before commencing the plane shift of
The time shift.
time travel. Yeah, the time shift.
Mm-hmm. All right.
No, that's not fun.
Yeah, the world unravels and remakes itself before your eyes. It does not. Your stomach doesn't like it at all. But you soon look. But you soon.
Remind me when we go back.
Sorry?
Sorry, Anthony. Go ahead.
Remind me when we go back. What?
Let you close my eyes.
Haha.
Oh.
I imagine like the whole time Wilhelm's just sitting there looking like wide-eyed and crazed, like he wasn't too sure if it was going to work, and when it does, he's like, "Yes!"
This is awesome. Yes. I imagine several of the Wilhelms are just like, oh, this is amazing. Are we really doing this? Yeah, we're really doing this.
Oh, God.
So yeah, before long you find yourself hovering over a meadow that looks very vibrant and idyllic, and you see the children having a whale of a time, running in and out of a cornfield, and they seem to be. There seems to be a fellow made of straw that is playing tag with them, or while what's her face? Baggy looks on, and a white rabbit in a page's uniform hops up to Baggy, says something to her, and suddenly she stands up, says something to the straw man, who waves in return and gives her a thumbs up, and Baggy and the rabbit disappear. And then the sky begins to darken. And a new figure appears. What?
It's showtime.
Uh-huh. What do you do?
Is it clearly the same figure that we remember seeing from the shop?
He looks a little something like that. The bony man.
Right, because of course his left hand is mechanical looking or whatever, because his actual left hand is not attached to his body.
Well, I believe this version of Vecna is a version of Vecna that hasn't yet lost the hand and eye, but yeah.
Well, because the reason he came to us was because he was hunting his body parts.
Oh, right, yeah, good point. Yeah. Okay. True. He doesn't. Yeah.
I know what Janrilla would probably do, but I don't want to do it. Gwen, no, focus on getting the kids somewhere safe. I'm gonna go duel with Vecna.
Vecna begins flying towards the children, who scream and begin running in all directions.
Generally, letting just you fight a god of death and magic? No way! I'm joining in the fun. Wilhelms, go help the kids.
Wilhelm's go collect the children.
Can I jump out of the ship and intercept Vecna?
You want to land on Vecna.
With my sword, yes.
With your sword down. All right. You're basically using yourself as a projectile. Roll the hit. In fact, tell you what. Due to the type of attack, -5 to hit, but +10 to damage.
Okay. Is this a strength or dex attack? Improvised thrown weapon?
You're dropping, aren't you?
Yeah.
I imagine you would use your strength. Well,
Okay.
I'd mostly be using your body weight, technically, but for the sake of the mechanics, use your strength modifier.
Okay. And since I'm using the sword, we're gonna go. To heck with it. I'll figure it out. 9 plus 8, 17. We'll just call it a 12.
Yeah, if you're using your Sunblade or your Holy Avenger.
I'm using my Holy Avenger.
Okay, so it would be a +15 because it's normally a +20. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And you need to actually put a D20 instead of a 18. Does that hit? It just hits. That's exactly the AC.
I was going to say, I mean, technically, there's no way he sees this coming. I could theoretically might have advantage.
It's
From surprise.
You hit. You're fine.
Okay.
You want to see if you get a crit, though, don't you?
No, I just if I had missed, I would be pushing for the, I'd be asking for the advantage so I could actually try to hit because I want this to be cool. All right.
It is cool. All right. Roll your damage with +10.
Oh, that's right. But this is only one attack as opposed to my.
So it's normally, according to your character sheet, 1d8 plus 14 plus 2d10.
Because he is undead. 6 plus 2d10 plus. I'm going to pump a 4th level smite. No. That's the wrong number. Okay, that's better. $65 damage from a single strike.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay. Reaction. In response to being hit by an attack, Vecna utters a fell word, dealing 3d6 necrotic damage to the attacker, and then Vecna teleports along with any equipment he's carrying or wearing up to 30 feet away. So he does 13 points of damage to you and then moves 30 feet away. But initiative time, if you guys want to roll.
Just fucking. It's and I'm not. I'm home.
Pretty good. D20 plus 3. Eight. Okay.
Dude.
So, Generilla goes first. followed by Gwyn, and then Windhelms, and then Vecna. Okay. So. Didn't.
My hands are too big.
Vecna says to you, "Did you have a change of heart?"
Yeah, something like that. Alright. So it's my turn, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna walk up and I'm gonna smack Vecna some more.
Mortals are so fickle.
Alright.
It's a wonder how you can trust each other at all.
Take a wild guess that those all hit.
Yes. His AC's 18. So.
Okay. 28, 42. Okay, so 42 plus 15 plus. That is not a plus sign. 10 plus 6, 12, 18. Holy hell!
208.
I'm gonna go see him for you.
Mother of God!
Yeah, a little bit. He's down. Combat over.
Oh, dear God!
Now what?
Jinrilla just stands there, shocked. Like that didn't just happen. That didn't. Okay, you were scary, but you must not have been the real thing, or you must just have been an avatar or something, because that was too easy.
Wilhelm's just kind of whistling like, well, damn.
Okay.
So,
I mean, I roll ridiculoly well on the radiant damage portion of my.
you did. But yeah, he was supposed to be challenging multiple levels ago when he originally showed up. And
Listen, we are much higher level now, and
yes,
yeah.
You
Okay,
are
so
way higher level now. But yeah, technically it's Gwyn's turn.
So
next.
Try to get the kids back to gather back up and calm down, and yeah.
I guess Gwen will pull out her viola
Viol.
and yeah, viola. The instrument, not the person.
Yeah, that's what I was clarifying. Yes, your musical instrument.
So Gwen is going to believe in the power of herself that when she's going to play and sing her song, the music is going to reach the kids and have the kids come to her.
You're gonna do some Pied Piper action. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll offer assistance.
Roll performance.
The song in question is "Come Little Children."
I'll take thee away. Yeah.
To a land of enchantment.
Yeah.
And you said you're giving me advantage.
General. Okay. Wilhelm. The bony man had a book in his chest cavity.
Hello. He's gonna fly on down and be like, "Sorry, Vecna, I want that." He's just gonna like punch into Vecna's chest and take it.
I mean, it literally is like his chest cavity is open because he's he's skeletal.
So
It's just shoved in. He's just shoved into his rib cage. So yeah, you have a book.
Can he scrolling through it real quick? Can he tell what kind of book this is?
Do you want to do an Arcana check to see if you recognize the book? Sure.
I won't go crazy for this because there's no need.
No need.
Unless I roll really bad. Yeah, 25.
This is the Book of Vile Darkness.
I don't know a mile of book I like either. Well, man, no, what a shame.
Do you want to know what it does?
Yeah, actually, what does that one do? That's the opposite of the Book of Pure Good or whatever it was that I had, right?
Basically, yeah. So. It makes you stronger.
It's an artifact. Oh, Lord. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Mark of Darkness. Command Evil.
Essentially, would he get the feeling like this is an artifact of Vecna?
Yeah, this is his personal book.
He's just going to kind of look at it and laugh and be like, "Man, Vecna, you really have got to hold on to these things. I've got this and the sword now. My God."
The Sword of Kaz.
Sword of Kaz. Yeah. It's locked in a demiplane.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, because I'm sure Kaz's spirit would love you to plunge it through Vecna's chest right now.
Fred Kaz is stuck there with. Must be alright. It's a great way to protect these two books. Yeah, I'll just open a demiplane and deal with this one later.
You're gonna
actually no. Let me deal with it.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna what?
Oh, just open a demiplane and lock this book up real quick.
You're gonna throw the book into your. You're gonna throw the Book of Vile Darkness into your demiplane that only you can access. With the planning to eventually do something about it.
Yeah, he doesn't trust his ability to destroy an artifact right now, so he's just going to be like, "Well, we'll just lock this way."
Mm-hmm. You're just hoarding powerful shit.
Oh yeah! Oh god! Yeah! Oh yeah! Yeah. Well, let's see. He has the angel that was next to Kiori's shop. He has all of the forbidden tomes of angelic lore that he had in his basement, in a demiplane.
Yep.
I have the Sword of Kaz. This book now, a vault full of gold, platinum, a vault full of all the illithid tech I could fit in a door, which was, funny enough, a room the same size as the demiplane. So, a room full of illithid tech.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's got some stuff.
He does. He's got some crazy shit. Alright then. Yeah, you
Okay.
So what now?
We need to get the kids together, and we need to get them out of the Feywild.
The children are being gathered.
in the time we're in, so that they're not necessarily they don't feel abandoned.
Yeah. So you're rescuing them. Which time are you taking them back to?
Yeah. Are you trying to say we bring them back to what would be our current time, or find somewhere to drop them off in their current time? Don't know if I can do that one. I can modify time in the Feywild, and teleport us around in here, but I cannot get us to a different time frame in the normal realm. When we go back, we're in our time.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to convince the children to believe really, really hard with me. And I'm going to attempt to reopen the door.
Okay.
Using their faith that the door will open.
Interesting. Alright.
If that makes any sense, but I think that's the best.
It does.
What's there? What do you think?
As long as it works. So, you need to be very persuasive. You need to convince them that they have this power. They need to be.
So I make a persuasion roll?
Yep, you can use persuasion or performance.
They're the same modifier, so...
Yeah. Basically, you're doing a motivational speech. There's no place like home.
Alright, let's see how well this works, because...
Is anybody... who's got a good insight?
A good what?
Insight. Passive insight.
25? 27? 20-something.
That's pretty good. Yeah, you got a 27, yeah. Okay. As you are delivering this convincing speech, something occurs to you.
What's that?
If you return the children to the point that they disappeared from, that's going to alter your timeline. Because there would be children there that hadn't been there before. Children would be there that had left and never returned. And now there'll be a new timeline in which they were there all along and probably grew up alongside you and may have caused you to make different decisions. So what do you do?
I don't really want to take America.
A very young Greg looks at you with uncertainty.
Okay.
Are you sure we can do this?
We probably could, but I'm not sure it's a good idea. So what we're gonna do instead is we're all gonna climb aboard our ship and we're gonna go back to where we came from.
We're going home!
Not exactly, but close enough. Everybody get on the ship, get buckled in, or get secured, close your eyes. Trust me, you're going to want to close your eyes.
I want to see what happens.
No, you don't, unless you want to see the contents of your stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah, so close your eyes. Wilhelm, take us home.
Generilla, before I do, quick question. Are you sure this won't have a different effect on the kids? We have an adult Greg sitting at the castle.
But we won't.
Because
Oh,
you
yeah, we'll be
rescued him
kidnapping me.
instead.
Yep.
Like that.
Yep. All right, cool. Yep, sounds good. All right, boys, we're going home. And all the Wilhelms are like excitedly rubbing their hands together, eyes wide, like yes.
Because up until the point we rescued they still vanished from existence. We never knew what actually happened in the Feywild.
Mhm.
So this is possibly what actually happened the entire time.
Possibly. But anyway.
I'm hoping this, because you're right. If we sent them back to their actual time, we'd have really screwed everything up more than this possibly could. I know that this can mess things up, but we would have changed a lot. This changes a little.
Yeah.
That's my role to get us back, Anthony.
74! Yes. You
All right.
you still see the telltale particles of the ship having just left when you arrive.
Well, I'm just going to look at Generilla and be like, how pissed off do you think Titania will get if she figured out there's a guy that can just teleport in on his own whim through the time frame? You think she'll get kind of pissed?
Who would?
Any of the Archfey, like the other Archfey.
Yeah. You might want to also consider any time deities.
Oh yeah, well he only does it in the Fae, right? They might not care that much, right?
Oh, Grandma's gonna be mad.
She's already so that's a given.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we should try not to tell Grandma. Hey man, remember those guys you outcast?
Are any of you wearing an amulet?
No, none of us trust them enough to wear an amulet.
I'm not worried, but I have one in my inventory.
Fair enough. You only put it on when you need it, right?
I think we've only used it like. Yeah, no ring. Come on. But they're currently a few of us have them, but they're sealed in boxes.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was checking on, because if any of you were currently wearing them, she'd have seen that shit.
Grandma would have sent a hit squad after us so fast.
Would you come to my house, dear? We need to have a talk.
Nope, Grandma, I do not like your tea. Thank you, though.
She'll bring out her battle teeth.
Bring out the battle tea.
Like she's old, so she needs dentures.
Bring out the battle ice cream so she can numb on it.
Battle teeth. Okay, I thought you said battle tea, which is such a. I love that idea that there would be a particular tea that she brings out when she's preparing for battle.
That's a good as well.
What up?
So, anyway, yes, she would not be aware yet of your timey-wimey hijinks. You now have a castle full of children. What do you do? What now? Hello?
I guess Gwen will start like giving them like love and attention, saying like, "I'm sorry, we couldn't. We're thankful that we've saved you and stuff."
What you sorry for? You rescued us. Yay! Thank you! Saved us from the bony man. Yay!
Alright, I hate to point it out, but now we have even more reasons to go cleanse the town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many kids are there, Anthony?
Lots. I would say you have about 26.
Yeah, we have 26 more reasons to go cleanse the town.
Do we need to bring soap?
Yes.
Yay! We're gonna clean the town.
We're gonna go clean. You're gonna stay with
The windows?
Auntie
Auntie's establishment.
Ori.
Is Kiori even there? I think she might still be at the shop.
I think we might, but if he's willing, we might have to leave them with one of the Wilhelms.
Probably several Wilhelms would need to keep an eye on them.
Yeah.
Hate to bear bad news. Wilhelms are not caretakers. They do not know how to be responsible for children. Just throwing this out there.
Well, do you want to... I mean... Who else are you going to leave them with?
Oh my god. We have an angel. We have an angel.
I don't think he's going to be very good at caretaking either.
None of us are good parents. This is bad.
I mean, did we grab... Is the straw man with us?
I don't know. Did you collect the straw man? Did you collect the scarecrow?
I mean, he could, given the fact that he's like sneaky as heck or whatever, he could have just snuck on while we were getting the kids.
Well,
he couldn't have, because I know the entrance of anybody on the ship. Anything.
Okay. Would you have allowed the scarecrow to join you?
Hell no, I don't know what the scarecrow is.
May I summon the scarecrow?
Because we don't have anybody.
We can leave them with Wilhelms. It's just if we come back and all of a sudden they all want to learn magic, it's not my fault.
Half of them are already.
The ones that did learn magic would already have gone to grandma's.
Yeah. These are the other kinds of kids.
Yes. The adventurers. And the weirdos.
So.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da.
So you could just bring them with you.
We could, but then we'd have 26 extra targets that we have to try to protect.
Mm-hmm.
Which
It'll be fun.
Which would push our defense, which would push us to the absolute limits.
Yes.
I see many, many kids dying, and I don't like that plan. Oh, I've got a horrible idea.
Go on.
It's not something I think Generilla would actually do, but I have a horrible idea.
What's your idea?
Lock them in the dungeon.
Sorry?
Lock them in the dungeon.
Lock them in the dungeon.
Ooh.
You need to wait.
That is a truly
I have a
terrible
better
idea.
idea.
Go on.
Yes, it is.
Okay. I'm just gonna go find a door that just leads to a random closet, and by the power of believe, ask, please let this door lead to the Feywild.
I remember to go through doorways, you have to have seen the door you're traveling to.
Okay.
How about I just take care of the kids?
How about I try to convince them that they're having a party or.
We can leave them with the Wilhelms in the keep. It's just
I'm trying to if there's a way I can convince them to behave a little bit better while under the Wilhelm's watchful eye, so that we don't have to worry as much.
Well, if we're quick, they may find themselves really tired a lot. Because all Wilhelms know the sleep spell. So if they start causing too much trouble, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
It's completely possible. I mean, they're commoner children. They wouldn't have a lot of HP.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't hurt them.
Yeah. That would be a good way of dealing with it. Just put them to sleep.
I mean, I think technically only lasts a short period of time, but
it does.
If they're already tired from running around and
running away from Vecna.
Yeah. They might fall asleep under the spell and just stay asleep because they're exhausted.
True.
Yeah, we're gonna leave them with the Wilhelms under the instructions that if they start to act up too much or whatever, play night, and we're gonna go see what we can do about making the town safe so that we don't have to worry about them being snatched up by fiends.
Mm-hmm. So, what'd you do? How do you want to approach this? Are you going to go to the Temple of Palor first? Are you going to head straight to the Risen Sun Club? Are you going to go to the Bountiful Chest first? What's the plan?
So my idea would be to work from the outside in.
Okay.
Kind of like making concentric circles of the town is kind of circular, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if we come out of the castle, which is the only like weird outcropping of the thing, and we start going around in a circle, tightening it till we hit the bigger hot spots. That way we hopefully keep ourselves from being outflanked.
Alright, do I have... Where's the Brench? That was it, wasn't it? Where'd it go? I had it and then I lost it. There it is. Okay. So this is a version of Brench that should give you a general idea. It's not 100% exactly like my original sketch, but it gives you a general idea of where everywhere is.
So, okay, well, given that, then we're going to go from the castle to the right of the castle gate, avoiding the Hunter's Lodge, the Risen Sun Club, and that stuff, and we're going to kind of start pacifying the town towards...
When you said to the right, do you mean you're going to go to the poor section first?
Yeah, we're going to go basically to Beggar's Row and that direction first. Okay. I basically want to either eliminate everything there or force it towards their strongholds so that we know...
Oh, you want to chase the were-rats towards...
No, I don't want to chase the were-rats. I'm looking for the other creatures. Basically, any guards, any other fiends, or anything we find on any other side, I'm pushing them towards the Risen Sun Club, Hunter's Lodge area.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to consolidate the things we're absolutely trying to get to. I know that's going to make it harder to fight because they're all going to be concentrated, but we shouldn't have as much to worry about behind our backs and whatnot.
And you can hit them with AoE. If they're all gathered together, you can hit them with AoE.
Yeah, I'd rather freaking siege them than have this protracted guerrilla war.
Okay. Everybody up for that? Does that sound like a plan?
Guerrilla warfare? Why not? I kind of specialize in flamboyant, over the top, but we can do guerrilla warfare.
Well, it's not guerrilla warfare that you're going to charge towards Beggar's Row, chasing out the fiendish elements and herding them back towards the Risen Sun Club, where you can deal with them all at once.
Oh, okay, yeah, that works for me. Yep.
Yeah, that's unless anybody has a better idea, because God forbid I be the only one coming up with crap.
I mean, I'm down for that plan. That works for me.
Mm-hmm.
Get all of our enemies in one spot and fight from there. That sounds a lot better.
Okay.
Should I be bait for the were-rats, since they probably hate me a lot?
No, I don't think the were-rats are going to want to do much. Like, if the three of us are walking down a street, even if the were-rats recognize you and are mad at you, they're going to look at the entire group and be like, that's not worth it today.
Today is not a good day to die. Yeah, were-rats are renowned for being... for their self-preservation. Their cowardice, yes, absolutely.
Cowards.
Save their own whiskers. Anyway. So, yeah. So you're heading across the bridge. Down the hill, across the bridge, behind the guard barracks.
I mean, are there windows?
Well, the holding cells would be at the back.
Part of me says we should hit the guard barracks on our way, because a lot of the guards are...
Mm-hmm.
Do you see anything in the ethereal plane around the guard barracks?
No. Now, are you going to come around the front between the guard barracks? Are you going to go past the Bountiful Chest to come around the front of the guard barracks, or are you going to go around the other side, coming out by Thorson the Smith?
The other side. I'm not going by the Bountiful Chest at the moment.
Everybody agree with that?
Sounds good to me.
Okie
dokie. But as I'm close to the guard barracks coming out going around it, I am going to be sniffing to see if there's anything inside.
Are you using your divine sense?
Currently, no. I'm just going to use my sense of smell.
Okay.
With my, ridiculously high sense of perception.
Yeah. Plus 5 because of... Yeah.
No, that is with the plus 5, because my shield gives me a...
That's with the keen senses. Okay.
Well, actually, it's with the Sentinel shield that gives it all things.
Okay.
So
So yeah, you can tell that there are indeed some cambions in the building. You can smell the sulfur, the brimstone. What do you do?
Mm. Do we kill them now? Do we kill them later?
Do we kill them now or do we kill them later? Is that what you said? What do you think,
I was
guys?
gonna say we gotta just like run like a rock in the window and just get your attention.
It doesn't hurt if we just poke our head through the window and be like, "Hey guys, we're here to kill you," and just see if they run away.
We have come.
Or we could
for
like
you.
do what we did yesterday.
Which is?
Intimidate them so badly that they wet their pants and then go back to the abyss.
Except for the fact Cambions are from here.
Yeah, they can plane shift away, but they'll come back. You don't want them coming back, am I right?
Right. You know what? I'm going to leave them for now. Because I want to see the confusion that they have if they see other members of the groups fleeing went into town.
Okay.
Although I am keeping an eye on our as we walk away from there and start heading towards the other thing. I am going to keep looking back occasionally, checking in the ethereal plane to make sure we're not being followed.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. Okay. And then you go back down the alley, past the graveyard, and into Beggar's Row, yes?
I've used 2 times. Okay, so as we pass the graveyard, I'm gonna step a little bit in towards the graveyard,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna pop a divine sense.
The graveyard is hallowed ground.
Cool. In this town, it never hurts to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Good. All right, moving on.
Okay. Beggar's Row.
Yeah. So I don't have to keep freaking doing this every few minutes or every few seconds or whatever. Going to go ahead and just throw up another casting of Detect Evil and Good so that I have 10 minutes of knowledge.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You don't sense any fey, fiends, aberrations, etc. in Beggar's Row. You, of course, all see the residents of Beggar's Row, though. Some of which are scurrying around in their giant rat forms. Though they are all careful not to show their hybrid forms in public. As you're walking through, Father Donald walks up to you and says, "Greetings, friends. It's been a while."
Greetings.
How have you been?
Busy.
Okay.
What brings you to our neck of the woods?
Well, we decided as we left the castle to start a purge of the city from this corner back the other way.
Well, that
And
doesn't sound very good. So
not of you guys, of the fiends.
Oh,
The purge of the fiends.
thank the gods! I thought you were beginning your purge with us.
No. We're just using your area as the starting point because we want to funnel them all back towards their stronghold so that we can deal with them all at once.
Do you think that's the greatest idea, though? I mean,
As opposed to fighting small things throughout the entire city, which could damage lots of things and inevitably harm innocent civilians. Yes.
why fight them at all? I mean, what harm are they really doing to us?
I'm pretty sure that the brothel is not letting people out.
Oh, nonsense. I see people staggering out of there all the time. We pick their pockets while they're still delirious.
Because if we get rid of them, the town becomes more prosperous. A more prosperous town, more prospects for you.
So you're saying that there'll be more pockets to steal from?
Yes.
Well, now, go to it with my blessing, then.
Jinrilla just is thinking to herself, you've got to appeal to what motivates people.
Give the people what they want.
Yeah. And these poor people want more things so that they can, maybe not be quite as poor. All right, so we head on through. I'm mostly ignoring the rest of the rats, and hopefully with that knowledge of what we're doing, he spreads it through his people, and they kind of pull back.
Yeah.
So
I like the rat pope. That's fun.
honestly, I don't think that their pickpocketing is going to be high enough to pass our perceptions. They're not going to be able to pickpocket us.
No, they're not. No, absolutely not. They wouldn't even try. But yeah,
because we just kind of radiate that aura of
don't fuck
power.
Yeah, you do not look like a mark to any of them. You're not an easy mark.
So we quickly get out of Beggar's Row then, because obviously there's nothing here, and we're just going to start scouring the rest of the town.
So you're going to head up into the northeast quarter, the middle class area?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just let me know when my 10 minutes is up, Anthony.
So there are guards patrolling the streets in this area, particularly the side of the town the other side of the road from the poor area. Like, they may not care about the poor, but they're certainly willing to protect the middle class from them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you do?
the question is, are the guards? Because I know at one point there was like a split with the guards. Are all the guards now just Cambians?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. So, going to walk up to a guard. Hey, how you doing? Stab.
You're not even okay. You don't even give them a chance to respond. You just stab them. Okay.
Actually, probably wouldn't do it in the open. I would probably try to convince them that there is a problem down an alley or a side street or something that isn't quite as open.
All right. So let's try that again. You approach them and say what?
Hey, somebody.
There's a man stealing a cat.
Oh, I know.
If anybody else has ideas, you're welcome to voice them.
Yeah, I want. The problem is that the parents are.
Hey, Wilhelm.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have this guy's self?
Come on, Jim. Because their parents are. At least one of their parents is probably a QB, so that's not necessarily going to work.
Whose parents?
The Cambians.
Right.
So saying something about their parents isn't going to work because one of their parents is most likely a.
Yeah. Your mother works in the brothel.
A sex
I
demon.
know.
I guess we're just going to go with some sort of assault. Like somebody's being assaulted in some way, shape, or form. I am truly sorry, Anthony. My brain is just not braining tonight.
That's okay. That's why I said if anybody else has an idea of how you could attract the attention of the guard, get them into a side street so you can beat them up in private.
Can I roll to seduce them?
Never mind.
Let the others have a go. Come on.
Okay, I was gonna ask Genrilla if, do they have true sight?
Do the fiends have true sight?
Yeah.
Do you know, Generella?
I don't believe they do. I believe at best they have. At best, I believe they have Devil's Sight, which just allows them to see through magical darkness. But I'm not even sure they have that.
I'll just do a history. Do they, Anthony, or do they not?
Looking it up. Yeah, they do not. They do not have true sight.
Okay then. My plan was to ask Wilhelm if they didn't have true sight for him to, I guess, my Moonblade can act as a ring of spell storing for him to, I guess, give me his guy's self so I could pretend to be a child and lure them away in a dark alley.
I could also act as a child and fake crying, and when they get down there, grab them, and then you two just shiv the shite out of them.
Are you good at acting?
I can make myself good.
Fair enough.
Okay. So is that the plan? That they're going to be the distraction and you two are going to ambush?
Sure.
All right. Go, Operation Child Windhelm. Go, Whiny Windhelm.
Alrighty. So will this be a performance to get them to come down the alley?
Yeah, it'd be performance to see how convincing your cries are.
I'm going to flash of genius myself. 24.
Always flashing yourself.
Yep. Wilhelm likes them feather titties. I'm kidding.
All right. You hear the guard go, "What the fuck is it now?" And they come down the alley and say, "You better shut up, kid, or I'm gonna shut you up."
Are they in range of Wilhelm?
What is Wilhelm's?
Like 5 feet?
Oh, you're gonna wait till
like 5 feet.
You're gonna wait till they're in 5 feet, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Are you listening to me? The guard grabs you by the scruff of the neck, or at least they think they're grabbing you by the scruff of the neck. What do you do?
Wilhelm is immediately grappling him and like covering his mouth so he can't be heard. So General and Gwen can just stab the shit out of him.
Do a contested strength check. Feel free to use your athletics if you've got it.
Nice.
Yeah, no way. No way. You got him. General.
Really bad day for this guy.
Yeah, I think Gwen should probably have the first shot this time.
Yeah. Somebody else go because I'm kind of dealing with something real quick.
Fair.
Don't want General to one-shot the fight again.
Well, I know they can. If they can take out Vecna in 3 hits, they can certainly do that. They can certainly take down a Cambion. 21 and 25, both of those hit.
Okay, off you. Wait,
What? 32? What? Oh, that's the...
yeah, no, that was great.
Okay. How much damage are you doing?
I'm doing Nelvin accuracy real quick.
I thought that was... But never mind. Okay, go on.
I kind of feel bad for this guy. Imagine walking up to a little kid and then him grabbing you with the strength of a dragon.
He would be very confused.
Yes.
Luckily, Cambions... Well, actually, yeah, they are kind of smart, but still. $71? Holy shit, okay. Since...
And my turn.
Yeah. General, I believe, is still doing daddy stuff, so... Windhelm, what would you do?
At this point, like, seeing where Gwen stabbed him, he's going to kind of flatten his fingers out and aim them really weird and just stab them in and try and internally punch the guy, kind of.
Aggravate the injury. Interesting. Okay. So that's a basically I'm going to use the place shot homebrew rules. -5 to hit, but +10 to damage if you hit.
Sounds good. And my other hand is still covering his mouth so he can't scream or anything.
Yeah.
Okay. You said it's just my melee to hit, so my strength to hit.
Yeah, unarmed strike, yeah, basically. Unless you're actually sticking a weapon in the wound.
No. He has nothing in his hands. Ooh.
No.
Yeah, I'm not going to flash that. No, it's not worth it.
Okay.
Oh, I have 2 attacks.
Yes, you do.
Forgot about that. The same roll.
Oof. Fate says no.
Fate says too many shenanigans for one day.
Okay. Is Genrilla available?
Yes, I am.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
What manner of torture would you do to this pure grappled Cambion?
Torture? Nothing. I'm going to put him out of his misery.
Go on then.
At least I tried making it somewhat painless, kinda.
You were trying to aggravate the wound, and that's not painless at all. Yep, those all hit, of course. Of course.
I don't think it's gonna live through this.
No, definitely not. Given the amount of damage I know it's already taken. Holy shit. It's,
That's without a single.
that's without a what?
That's without a single divine smite.
Wow. That's insane.
Yeah? It really kind of is. I can't help it. They're fiends. The Holy Avenger is designed to kill undead and fiends. And
Guess do you know how many hit points a Cambion has?
80 something?
82. And between the two of you, Gwyn and Genrilla, you did 183 points of damage. He very dead.
All right.
Want a spear? Or some chainmail? Scale mail, rather?
Should we be vindictive and just put his head on a pike?
That's
No.
True. That's true. You could in theory, put his head on the spear as a warning to others.
That's just cruel and unusual.
Yeah, that seems unprofessional.
Let's not slaughter him. Let's just politely hide him in this alley and trick another Cambion.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm gonna set him up against a wall, and if he's got a cloak or something, I'm gonna throw it over him like a blanket.
And how are you going to trick the next one?
I'm not going to eat any of this, but I'm going to take some.
What? You're gonna do what now?
I thought Wilhelm was trying to say something.
He,
Oh, I was, but you can go first. It's all right.
I'm going to try to trick the next one by telling the by mostly telling the truth. I'm going to take some of their friends' blood, and I'm going to go run screaming to the next one I can see, saying that then one of the guards has been attacked, or is being attacked in this alleyway.
okay. Roll persuasion.
By a murderous child, because I'm changed for an hour, so I still look
You're
like
still
a
a
little
child.
human kid.
That's disturbing.
And by the way, Anthony, my power or my one thing doesn't rely on humanoids. It's any creature.
Any creature, yeah, they don't have to be humanoid. 40. Holy shit.
So we're gonna lace a little charm effect in on that. They may be immune to it, but
They're
I
not.
don't even care.
They're really not. It's just stupid. But what does the charm effect do?
It just basically it's just like it's a minute long kind of like charm person equivalency or charm monster.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes them like me and make me more believable.
Fair. Okay. A flame appears at the top of the spear as he enters the alleyway. Enric? Holy shit, what happened to you? He says, going over to the body propped up.
Wilhelm's just gonna look at him as a kid and be like, I don't know, I found him this way.
Where did you see the killer go?
I think he ran down the alley. And then same trick, once the guy gets within 5 feet of Wilhelm, he is grappling the guy and covering his mouth.
Well, you could just get right up behind him and do that without... Yeah, go for it.
Mommy.
I think I tried it once.
Ow.
Sorry about that. Do I get advantage since he was not expecting this random attack from a child?
Yeah, go for it.
Yes!
27. Yeah, he can't possibly beat that. He can only get a 29 at the most. 24 at the most, sorry. So, yeah, you've got him grappled again. And once again, Genrilla and Gwendolyn can beat the fuck out of him. Gwen, do you want to go first again?
Sure.
(22 and 32). Yep, both of those hit.
My first
Feel free to
is
do
an,
an elvish accuracy to see if you get a crit.
then offhand shenanigans. And that was well. I'm just gonna use some red paste.
Okay. Do. Nat 20, nat 20. How much damage do you do?
Give me triple digits.
Oof. Yeah, he did. Down he goes.
Just wipe the blood off of my swords.
Uh-huh. And go looking for another one?
Sure.
Do we want me to stay as a kid because this is working? It's just I don't know if we want to keep testing it.
What do you think, guys? Keep doing the same trick or change it up a little?
My way now would just be faster, just sniping them from far away.
Yeah, this is also true. You could just run through the streets killing them. It's not like you really need the advantage of of sneaking up on them.
I mean, kind of more so that we didn't just like start freaking out the common folk.
Right. But you do...
Yeah.
I mean, your objective was, at least in part, to scare them and chase them back to the...
So yeah, we're just gonna start approaching the next group. But I mean, I don't actually think you can stop being a, because alter self or whichever one you used, it's just a duration of an hour. It's not even concentration. Unless you
can't really
unless
drop
somebody
it.
casts magic, you're gonna be stuck looking like a kid.
I can dispel it on myself. That's fine.
You're going to cast Dispel Magic on yourself?
Well, if we're no longer going with this plan, yes, as funny as it would be a kid flying around shooting laser beams at people, I'm not going to.
Why not? That'd be great.
It would be.
Think about the
Aesthetically, it'd be
psychological.
hilarious. I feel so bad for all the fiends I kill, though.
They're
Think about the
fiends.
psychological damage you're doing. Like that would just up the fear factor.
It would indeed.
All right, screw it. Then let's stick with it. I'm a kid with a gun.
Yep. Here we go.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
I will be right.
Go on.
I said I will be right back. I gotta do some. I gotta look into some food.
Fair enough.
I'll be listening though.
Well, if you need to go prepare food, I mean,
No, I'm going to get on a different app on my phone, and I'm going to order me some food.
okay. Just saying, like, for you, this would normally be where we'd be ending it, isn't it? In your time frame. Oh, they've already AFK. Okay. So yeah, you're basically just stalking through the streets, gunning down Cambions, and if any Cambions survive the laser blasts and arrows, then they're gonna get cut down by Genrilla. So yeah. It's just a freaking massacre. So yeah, I imagine before too long they would be flying off to try and get reinforcements. And I imagine you'd be trying to shoot the ones that are flying away too, making sure they can't get away, right?
Yeah.
All right. A couple of citizens do come out and ask what's going on. Like, what the hell do you think you're doing? Why are you killing all the guards?
They are not guards, madam. They are fiends posing as your guards.
Who's going to look after us
Go
if you
back to
kill
your
them all?
homes. Ma'am, please just go back to your home. Everything will go... After everything is dealt with, everything will be even better than it was.
What if I don't? You're going to shoot me too?
No.
What you got against the guards anyway?
They are fiends. See this.
I know they're not very nice, but they're all we got.
I'm just gonna have a Are devils and fiends and demons all that could be? Why not think of anything better? Normal guards leading your towns with a mayor or governor that is doing right by you and the people.
Nobody does right by the people.
I was trying to be kind of sugar-coated, but fine.
We have guards
Please just go
patrolling
to your
the street,
homes.
keeping us safe, and you're killing them. You know what that makes you? That makes you the bad guys. That makes you criminals.
No, it doesn't. I have an actual license. Gwen pulls up her bounty hunter license.
So all you're saying that all these guards are like have got bounties on them, have been escapees from justice? Pull the other one.
Yes. As Gwen is lying. Deception.
Let's see how well you can lie. See if you can convince the people that all the guards are actually criminals and you're killing them because they're criminals and they've escaped justice. You got a 21. Well, that as may be, but criminals or not, if you get rid of them all, how are we going to protect ourselves?
We'll bring in new guards. Please head back to your home where it is safe.
New guards that work for you? Oh, I see how it is. This is a coup.
Technically, no.
New guard appointed by king.
Because a coup is a forceful takeover of a area by the elimination of the previous rulers. The great heroes retired and gave the city to us.
Says you?
Well, if we could find one of them, we could ask them, but they literally walked out of the castle yesterday.
Look.
By the way, I am a paladin of Palor, and I find it very difficult to lie.
Any crook can wear armor with a sun on it. You claim to be a servant of Palor. We can all see what you're doing. You're walking around killing the guard force, leaving us unprotected.
We are the protection. Now go home, please.
What are you gonna do? Shoot me?
That's not. This person is clearly just a person, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't see anything.
Yeah, they're just.
That's no. You are not a fiend. You are not an undead. You are not anything that threatens the town's safety or prosperity. You are one of the reasons we are doing this. I'm asking you very nicely to go home and let us continue doing what we're doing so that we can make your lives better.
While you're while the citizen is still confused as to like still blustering and fairly certain that you're doing something wrong and they must stop you by the only way they can. I'm walking away from this. I'm
not gonna go ahead and roll my persuasion to get them to go home.
2 fire rays, 10 and 25. Do either of them hit you, Generala?
The 25 would, yeah. But I'm gonna spit this out.
7 points of fire damage, and that's it.
Can I just turn around and see, like,
I'm gonna pretend like I jumped in front of the fire ray so it didn't hit the citizen.
Yeah.
In my mind, anyway. But yeah.
Did that?
Alright.
Did that guard just throw a fire at you?
Yep.
Since when could they do that?
Because they're not human. That's why they turn red and creepy when they die.
Oh shit.
Red, if it's in the air, hit it. Because I can't swing my sword that high.
got it.
Yeah, you're gonna be shooting it down, and it's not gonna last long after that. Yeah. Like any hits the Cambions do get on you, they're gonna be. It's gonna be weak sauce compared to the damage you can put out. So. Yeah. You make fairly short work of the guards.
They either all die or they flee to either the guardhouse or the.
Mm-hmm. And as I said before, there's a good chance that either Wilhelm or Gwendolyn will be doing their very best to minimize the number that can run away, right?
So, once we've pacified this part of town,
Yeah. Now,
we move on to the next.
Now, the next quadrant of town, right by the northern gate, is an interesting tavern called the Thirsty Traveller. Have you been there before?
I don't think any of us have, because I think, if I remember right, Viola either recalled stories or something, basically told us to avoid it, or we just looked at it and we had high enough whatever that we got a
Bad vibe.
bad vibe from it.
If you still happen to have or have recast your Detect Evil and Good,
Yeah, if it's been 10 minutes, I've got a couple more spell slots, so I'll just recast it.
you would detect undead, fiends, and aberrations in this bar.
Nuke it.
How?
Wilhelm, I want big and flashy and destroyed.
What do you got in mind?
Whatever Wilhelm has that's big and flashy and destroy.
And destroy ye. Willem, what you got that's destroy ye?
And I got that destroy. How big are we talking here? Because we can go
building.
big.
An entire building.
Yeah, I want a whole building gone. Just gone. Then hopefully everything inside of it too.
Well, yeah, that's the idea.
How close is it to the next closest building? Like, if I drop an Earth elemental from near orbit, will it be okay?
Depends on how precise you drop the.
Okay, you want a building destroyed? Man, there's a lot of stuff here.
Like, I suppose you have like firestorm or
Meteor swarm.
But I want the ones.
Comet.
No, because that spell would destroy the town.
I do have that comet spell, but it would wipe out the town. Well, General, there's always option B. I can just transform into a dragon and just drop on it, I guess. It's just a wood building, right?
Mostly, yeah.
Can you do a fire dragon?
Yeah, brass dragon.
Wait, did we fiend so like firewood?
Yeah, the fire. Yeah, the fiends aren't going to be affected by the fire much.
Unless they're immune to it, they take damage, full damage. I ignore all resistance.
Yeah, you ignore resistances. Good point. Forgot about that.
Ooh.
Oh,
Nice. Continue.
I mean, some of them are immune, but I was just thinking, like, if you started, the fire would affect the undead and the aberrations, and the fiends would come running out, and we could stab them.
Yeah, sure. All right. I hope you guys are ready for a little bit of fire. Let me double check. Let me pull up the stat block for an ancient brass dragon.
You got it? Or do you want me to pull it up for you?
Yeah, I got it. Ancient brass dragon. There we go. All right, cool. All right. So, stepping back a bit, Wilhelm's going to fly in the air, still as a child, and change form, shape change, into ancient brass dragon.
Okay. And then Foosh.
Yep, and then fly directly over the building from the opposite side as General in them, so any enemies have to run right into them to get out.
Aha.
And Foosh straight down. Yep. Which any that don't get out take 49 points of fire.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Initiative?
Okay.
I definitely don't get a bonus. I'm a giant dragon.
It's not done. It's hard to fix. I need a tool.
What the heck?
I think
Frustration.
Okay.
Yeah, frustration with a child
Okay.
who doesn't know the meaning of the word patience.
Fair. Alright. So, 3 figures come running out.
What should we do with these?
Okay. 3 human-looking figures come running out of the building. With Genrilla, with your true sight, you can see that they are, in fact, not human, but instead a vampire, a dragon, and a rakshasa.
Dragon.
Dragon.
Red dragon and Rakshasa, you said.
A vampire, a dragon,
Oh,
and a rakshasa run out of the building. To almost everyone else, they look human, but to you, because of your true sight, you can see their true forms. Make sense? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Initiative time?
didn't we already roll initiative?
Oh, did you? Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think Gwen's is a 22, mine is a 18, and I think Wilhelm's is a 10.
Okay. Well, because Wilhelm's a 10, there's a chance that the monsters might go first. So I'm actually going to go get my monster manual. Didn't think there was going to be a point. I'll be right back. It was in the other room. Okay. So. Dragon.
Can't be rough with it.
So. Do. Oof. They're not rolling well at all. Okay, yeah, you all get to go first. And it would be Gwyn, then Genrilla, and then Wilhelm, and then the Rakshasa, the vampire, and the dragon last. Makes sense that the dragon would go last because that man, or at least the one that appears to be a man, is looking at Wilhelm with some shock. There are more of us? Gwyn, what do you do?
I look at like Genrilla and say, human, yes or no?
Vampire, again, fiend.
What color is the dragon?
Red.
It's brass, actually.
I thought you said it was a...
I didn't. I just said dragon. You assumed
Oh.
red, but no, I just said dragon. It's brass. Just like the form that Wilhelm has taken. Except smaller.
Surprising it would be in there.
Well,
Okay, so brass.
it may not be his first choice, but it is a place where he can get prey without being recognized for what he is. Does that make sense?
Maybe don't attack the dragon. Start with the vampire. I'll handle the fiend.
I'm just gonna point at the.
Does that mean I get dragon duty again?
I will shoot at the vampire.
Okay. Roll the hit.
Hold your shebang.
Hit.
Even elven accuracy just in case, because reason.
Because why not? Yep, that's a crit. Ooh. He may not even get a chance to draw his greatsword. How much damage do you do?
Ridiculous.
I don't think that
104. Ooh,
Get one out for Daddy, please.
that's pretty brutal. Alright. And then it would be Genrilla.
And I'm going to go after the Rakshasa.
Hey, Anthony, how hurt is that vampire sitting in broad daylight?
Very.
Okay, just one second.
Which means he can't regenerate and can't go mist form either.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's going to be feeling bad.
He's fucked. However, he is in plate armor, so, you know, that gives him some protection. Generally, you're attacking the Rakshasa. Okay, yeah, all three of those hit.
I hate to say this, Anthony, but I do double damage to him.
Because you're using a piercing weapon wielded by a good... Sorry?
By a good character, yep.
Is it a piercing weapon? Because I thought the Holy Avenger...
Rapier!
Oh, you're using your rapier.
I have a Holy Avenger rapier.
Oh, okay.
I have to because mine has to be finesse to get my sneak attack.
Right. Because
mine is
even though you've got a strength of freaking 29. Yeah. Okay.
Finesse weapons can be used with strength, but as long as it says finesse, I get to use my sneak attack.
Providing you have advantage. Oh, actually, no.
Or
you have the freaking
because I'm a swashbuckler.
rakish audacity. Yep. Okay. You and your freaking optimized builds. Anyway, go on.
Do you want me to just double the dice on the stuff then?
Yeah. Roll double the number of dice.
It's 42 plus 10d6 sneak attack plus
I could say that you're no longer a good creature, but that would be...
And I think I'm going to stop there because that's going to probably wind up being ridiculous as it is. I'm not going to pump any divine smites into him. Because that's still 170.
Yeah, he down.
Okay.
And of course he returns to Averna. Well, he leaves behind a body that looks like a anthropomorphic tiger, but his
With backwards hands.
With backwards hands, yes. Okay.
Ah.
Did Jinrilla point out that one is a dragon?
Yes.
Well, yeah, one of them's smoking, like actually has smoke rising off him, and the other one is just turned back into a tiger man when he's been. So there's only one left, the guy in the middle, the one who's just said to you, "There are more of us."
Wilhelm's going to look at him and, in a draconic voice for his legendary actions, because I don't want to waste an actual action on this, and just tell him, change your side now and you will not suffer the fate of those beside you. We are protecting and guarding the dragons. You can choose to stand with that or against that.
I didn't know there were any other dragons left. Thought we were all gone.
Wilhelm, the vampire Gwyn went after still alive, right? Or is that dead too?
He's not dead yet.
Alright, he's going after the vampire. He's going to leave the dragon alive and see if the dragon takes the choice of surrender or if it keeps fighting, and he's just going to rip the vampire to shreds.
Go on then.
Okay. Do all of those.
The 33 and 23 hit. The 16 misses.
Okay, sounds good. Also, it must make a DC 18 Wisdom saving throw.
Are you going to see if he survives that first? Because there's no point in rolling for that if he's down.
That's very, yeah. So it's 2d10 plus 8 and then 2d10. $28.
28. Nope. That's not enough. He's still up.
Okay. Also, let me see if I get my... I do not get my breath back. But wisdom save, please. To see if he's frightened. I don't know if he's immune to that or not, but...
The vampires, they want to be in fight that. Nope. So, wisdom save, you said.
Yes, DC 18. It's not very high. For vampire.
18. 18 beats it. Not frightened. So, the monsters get a turn. The Rakshasa can't do anything. The vampire is going to attempt to charm Gwyn because he thinks Wilhelm's a dragon. And Gwenwill is wearing a helmet, so he doesn't know she's an elf. So, wisdom saving throw, please, Gwyn. With advantage, of course. You will succumb and be my obedient servant. No, you won't, because you passed. Just, but you passed. DC.
Who's your guy?
Sorry?
Sorry, I was telling my family the food was here.
Okay.
So that you couldn't get the food.
And then the dragon will turn into an adult dragon and fly up into the sky. And fuck it, he's gonna foosh the building too.
Hey, I'm glad to see he understands reasoning.
And that
I'm an older dragon.
Yes. Exactly.
He never liked what? Sorry. Did not mean to interrupt.
He never liked having to share a bar with monsters anyway. But yeah, you are the Elder Dragon as far as he's concerned, and therefore the dominant dragon. But turn passes back to Gwyn.
I'm gonna do a sneaky and lie to the vampire. Says,
all right, trying to convince.
yes, master. I shall hit this fiend for you.
who are you attacking?
I'm lying, so I'm going to go over to his side and pretend I'm going to shoot Grilla while instead stabbing him in the back, literally.
Uh-huh. So you walk past the vampire as if to attack someone else and then turn around and shoot the vampire. Okay. Go for it.
Did I roll deception first, or...?
No, he's going to be arrogant enough to believe that his charm effect worked.
Okay.
That I know your passive persuasion is going to be pretty good. Only the 18 hits.
Then I did 11 accuracy, so both of them hits.
Yeah, the 19 hits as well. Yeah, perfect. Oh yeah. That's more than enough to put the vampire down.
Okay.
I'm just gonna walk over towards the corpse and just pick up my arrows.
Alright. So the vampire had a great sword and plate armor.
Anyway.
The Rakshasa is wearing some fancy clothes, but besides that, no real equipment.
Yeah.
No, because they rely on their spells.
Yeah. But he did have lots of gold. Not that you really need any more of that.
Yeah, we're taking that. We like money.
Okay. He had about 120 gold coins on him. And the vampire had about 50. So there are all manner of other monsters that will be trying to get out of this bar. I have no doubt at all that you will be able to get through lycanthropes, oozes, doppelgangers, lamias, and everything else I throw at you just as easily.
2 dragons, a paladin, and a rogue. I think we're okay.
Yeah. So before you know it, you've got the buildings burned down and the street and the ruins are just full of dead monsters.
Since we're done wiping out everything in the tavern, Willem's going to look at the other dragon and just generally just tell him that Wilhelm isn't a dragon, but he is friends of dragons, and he helps guard and protect them.
You're not a dragon?
No, one of my teachers is an ancient silver, and another friend we met was an ancient brass in the form you see me now. I use their forms to not only fight, but hopefully find other dragons still hiding in the world and save them and convince them to hide or come with us
Where
so they can live safely.
Where is this haven of dragonkind?
There's not many right now. We just have one other. The other two, one chose to live by himself, and the other was a blue who decided that he wanted to go fight giants like an idiot.
Not surprised.
But if you want, head to the castle up there, where the Nautiloid ship is. If you go inside, you will see. Here, take this with you, and he'll hand him Solomon, or he'll point at Solomon. If you take him and
the Great Hero's castle contains dragons.
Yeah. No, it contains dragon friends. I don't want to send you to see our friend without me being with you, because I'm afraid if you go to see him, he'll panic and think it could be a trick of some kind. Sterling is a good man, good dragon. He's the ancient silver I spoke of, but he is also very cautious.
But I am merely an adult. I would defer to him as an ancient.
I know, but I'm sure you understand the fear that all dragon can share of what may one day come for them. We are hoping to fight and one day defeat the ones that did this to your kind, so you may not need to hide anymore.
But for the moment, we still need to hide.
For now,
very well.
Sterling somewhat.
He returns to his humanoid form.
Okay, perfect.
But you can keep talking to him.
But. If you head up there and if you head to the castle, you will see you will see the others of me, and he will turn into his real form back to home, and just say they're of my race as well, so they should be fairly easy to decipher from the normal folk.
I will meet you up there and hope to see my kin soon.
We'll be there soon. We're going to finish clearing the city. I must ask, do you know if any others still live nearby that we might want to be? Yeah, any other dragons at all?
As I said, I thought I was the only one left. I was not aware there were any others.
Well, you're in good luck then, my friend. There's at least a few. We will see you soon. And he's going to let him go up to the thing, and he will have Solomon accompany him, so when he gets up there, the other Wilhelms know what he is and understand.
Okay. Now, we've only got about 12 minutes left, and the next big obstacles are the Tanner House, the Hunter's Lodge, and the Risen Sun Club itself. So perhaps we should wait until next time to do those?
Sounds good to me.
Awesome.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. So I hope you guys at home have enjoyed this as much as we've enjoyed playing. And if you'd like to join a game, this one could manage one more person. And there's a couple of others that need people as well. I also offer services to fellow dungeon masters if you need help creating a campaign or just a monster magic item or encounter for a campaign. Let me know. I'll help you out. And in the meantime, no matter what